Believe it or not, guys, they already decided to emergency nerf the suspicious bush before it even got brought into the game. Earlier today, they did pre-release mini balance changes for the bush. So the bush goblins are now slower, which means their speed is 60 instead of 90. I guess they decided to do this because everyone was complaining about the suspicious bush and saying that it was too strong how it was. And now the bush gets fully countered by spelling it at the bridge because the goblins that come out of the bush, because they're a lot slower, they don't have time to reach the tower. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a couple games with the nerfed suspicious bush now that it's in the game and seeing if it's still strong or not, or if the nerf made it pretty bad. Here we go, guys. The first deck we're going to try the bush in is this Recruits spam deck because I've heard, and from what I've seen so far, it goes very well with the Recruits in kind of a baity type of deck because, of course, the bush is going to be good at baiting out spells, so things like the Firecracker, Recruits, Goblins, Wall Breakers might go well with it, so your opponent has to pick and choose what they use their spells on, obviously. So this guy is going to have a drill. We're just going to go for a Firecracker here and then go in for Goblins just to make sure he doesn't get chip damage, and then we'll use the Mighty Miner ability here to take out the Goblins, and then he still has to deal with the Mighty Miner. And then he's got a Demolisher. Okay, let's see. I don't think that's going to activate the King Tower. I think the Firecracker's far enough away. Yeah, good thing I was correct. That would have been a little bit annoying for sure. I think here we'll just go for Wall Breakers. And then probably at this point, Recruits in the back should be pretty solid. Yeah, nice. He's going to have to go for a Tesla, which is a pretty big overcommitment. So I'm completely fine with that. And maybe we'll get a bush going in either the right or left lane with the Recruits, and then I'll go for a Firecracker in whatever lane I don't go for the bush in. Yeah, maybe let's go for a bush inside of the right lane, and then we'll go for a Firecracker here, and let's see what he wants to do. He's going to go for his log, and let's see, maybe we go Goblins, and then we actually go for Wall Breakers, try to get some pressure going to take advantage of him using his log, but he is going to be able to get back to another Tesla, so that's going to be defended pretty easily on his end. I don't think that Demolisher will reach the tower. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, it's not going to. Let's actually go in. I think maybe Recruits at the bridge could be decent. I don't know for sure, just because I do think we are up a little bit of Elixir, and then we can go in for a bush in another lane. Yeah, and as you can see, he's doing the serial number 1 emote, which indicates he's not very happy, so he definitely wasn't in a good situation, I would say, Elixir-wise. He did have enough, though, to go in for a Knight, and maybe we can get the Recruits charging here. Nah, he is able to get a log off, so he actually was able to defend that pretty nicely. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I didn't really think going Recruits in the back would have really been a good way to capitalize off of the Elixir I had, because, I mean, it would have bought him more time to defend them. So I think what I'm trying to say is he would have defended it regardless, so I guess it is what it is. We'll just go in for Wall Breakers here. He's going to go in for a drill. So let's just get Goblins going, and maybe we arrow here because he has Goblins coming in on the back end, so I think it's probably better. And then we'll just go in for Recruits. There's a high chance he'll likely go in for a Poison. I guess we'll see. Void should be pretty nice on top of the Demolisher, and he is going to kind of try to protect it, but that didn't really work out, so I think that's pretty decent for us. And he is going to go in for an Evolved Tesla, so maybe we'll go Firecracker here to try to help take care of it. And he is going to go in for a Poison. Let's just go in for a bush in the back, and then we'll go in for Recruits, and let's see what he wants to do. So far, the bush hasn't really accomplished anything so far in this match, but I feel like this is one of those matchups where it's not going to do a whole lot when you're against a cycle deck. I've heard a lot of people say it's going to be better against Beatdown, and I really do think that likely is going to be the case, but we'll see if we can do something with it in this match potentially later on. We'll go in for arrows here, and there we go. The Demolisher is pretty much taken out. Let's just go in for Recruits now and see what he wants to do. We haven't really been able to do much. It's been really hard to break through, but it's also been hard for him to break through, to be fair, so it's still pretty much anyone's game. Maybe we go in for a Void here on top of the Tesla. Let's see if he chooses to protect it. It looks like he tried to last second, but he kind of messed it up, and he's kind of panicking a little bit. Maybe we get a Mighty Miner going here. Let's go in for a bush. Firecrackers coming in on the left lane. We can go in for Wall Breakers on the left, and yeah, that Evo Tesla is going to deal with everything, sadly. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's going to go in for a Knight. Let's just go in for Recruits, and he is going to go in for his Evo Drill, so we got to be really careful now. I'm going to get Goblins going, and let's see how the bush is on defense against the Drill. I actually have no idea. That actually wasn't bad. I have to say, that was a lot better than I anticipated it would be, but unfortunately that Demolisher got a ton of damage, so that really sucks. Okay, let's go for Recruits here, and I think this might be kind of our last hope, potentially. We're going to go in for a Firecracker in this lane, so we have one in both lanes. He is going to go in for a Log. We got Wall Breakers coming in. Let's see. I don't know. The Bush probably isn't going to do much. Oh, wow, the Wall Breakers connected. That's huge. Wait. The Wall Breakers actually might win us the game. Just those 2 Wall Breakers connecting. That's ridiculous. Okay, the Bush, the Goblins actually forced something out of him. We're going to go in for a Bush here. He's going to go in for a Drill. We're definitely going to get Goblins down on top of it. He is going to Log, so we're going to have to get arrows. And let's get Recruits going here. He's getting a little desperate for damage. He just had to cycle a Poison. I kind of want to block the bridge with the Mighty Miner. Okay, the Demolisher isn't going to... Let's just get Goblins down. And then arrow this. And then as long as the Goblins don't get damage, I think we might be able to win. We go in for a Void here. Just block the bridge and we should be okay. I think we got it, barely. Let's go. That's going to be game. We'll give him a good game. He is not happy at all. We'll go ahead and give him a Skeleton Cry, because why not? Oh my gosh. He's not happy. All right, so the second deck we're going to try it in is this Pekka Bridge Spam deck with the Ramrider. I also think it's going to fit quite nicely inside a Bridge Spam. Besides just baity decks, I was playing kind of a Recruit bait spam deck, but Bridge Spam kind of a similar concept where it's a bit annoying for them because they still have to kind of pick and choose what they use their spells on, even though the deck isn't as baity. I mean, you have things in the deck, for example, like the Evolved Wizard, which oftentimes forces a spell out from the opponent, and also the Ramrider, which oftentimes forces a reset out, like maybe a Zap or an Electro Wizard, something like that, which people would want to use on the Bush. That's why some people think it'll be good in something like this. He's actually going to get the King activated. That was a really nice play on his end there, but we might be able to get a tiny bit of damage. I was hoping we'd be able to get more with the... Let's actually go in for a Bush here, and then let's go in for maybe a Bandit. I want to try to capitalize off of him overspending to get the King activated. We might be able to do that potentially. Let's see what he does here. He's going to go in for a Knight. The Bush probably... I mean... Okay, yeah, the Knight is going to defend it all. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Bush overall is quite easy to defend. I mean, this is kind of my initial impression of it. I really think in general it's mostly only going to be good against... I'm just going to cycle my Wizard here because that E-Spirit would have been obnoxious, and it helps me get to the evolution anyway, so even though I did overcommit, I really don't think it's that big of a deal. And yeah, it sucks he has the King activated. I still think we can probably work around that, though. We do have to... This is a little annoying. I might go Ramrider like this because it's going to... It might take out the Princess, and even if it... Nah, yeah, it doesn't. But I was going to say, like, even if it doesn't, he still has to deal with that Ghost. And the Ghost is actually going to get some damage, and we're going to end up... I kind of have to avoid this, I think. It sucks that I got to do that. But actually, because the Bandit... Okay, I got to do this. This is really annoying. I hate when bait players do this. It honestly pisses me off. It's a good play, though. I'm just annoyed. Like, it's the right play, but you get what I'm saying? Like, it's annoying. He's doing what he's supposed to, but it's annoying. I mean, that's how this game works, though, sometimes, to be fair. Your opponent isn't going to want to make plays that you're comfortable with. I mean, that would just be foolish on their end. Anyway... let's see if we can win this. I think we could probably just go for a Pekka in the back here, and let's see what he wants to do. He's going to go Evo Tesla, so really good idea to set up with the Pekka in the back, because obviously when they get an Evo Tesla down, you're not really going to be accomplishing anything anytime soon. It's pretty much guaranteed defense for them every time, and he's going to go in for a Goblin Barrel, so we need to go in for a defensive Ramrider here. That actually will defend quite nicely, but unfortunately because he went Rocket, I do have to make sure I get a Ghost down. But that's okay. We are going to be able to, I guess, be fine for the most part. Let's just get a Bush going down in the back, I guess. And maybe we'll go in for a Pekka here. Ooh, he did have to overspend a bit there because that Pekka was getting a little bit... Oh, he went for a Rocket on top of the Bush and the Pekka. I wasn't expecting him to do that. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Bush just... It honestly doesn't really seem that good. I'm just, like, I don't know. I'm going to be straight up honest. I really don't think it's that great. You know, I might end up changing my mind on that, but I don't know. I really just don't think it's that good. I don't know what deck it's going to fit in. Maybe it's possible it didn't even need that nerf, but yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But either way, that's going to be game. We lost, unfortunately. Sometimes... Well, I mean, clearly I lose. Probably almost well, I win a little over half my games, but I don't mind showing a loss from time to time in videos. In fact, sometimes when I have videos where I'm winning all the time, people complain about that. So we'll end on a loss. It happens. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you guys are not subscribed already. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Bush. Me personally, like I said, I think it's a below average card. It literally went from being potentially too strong to below average now. Let me know if you guys think the nerf was too harsh. How would you buff it? Do you think they should just revert the nerf? I don't know. I guess we'll see how time plays out. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.